Man, I don't know what happened just now. We gonna start over though. Good thing I ain't start yet, cause they would've, cut me off. So I'm gonna wait till y'all come back. So today I'm gonna talk about unconscious decisions. Now, ever since you was born, someone has given you your name, your culture, the way you live, your way of life. They told you what things were supposed to be, and you came in to this world and have been programmed how to survive within the world that you was in. And that came from unconscious decisions. Now, what is consciousness? Consciousness is awareness. What are you aware of? What are you really aware of? Okay, and I tell a story. About a sheet of glass that you would call God, right? And if this glass shattered into trillion, quadrillion pieces, you would be a piece of that glass, right? And everybody else would be a piece of the glass. So, how does it appear that if the glass was God, if somebody says, "Oh, God, you've been so good to me. Oh, God has been so good to me," wouldn't that appear that you're unconscious, that you are the glass? That's all you can be, is the glass. You are the glass. You've been taught that you're the shape and the form. So you're like, I'm a triangle. No, I'm triangle. I'm human. Yeah, you're human, but you're God, you're glass in square form, or you're God in human form. You've taken form in human form. You are the glass. Now, if you go to certain people and tell them, you're God. That's why I call you guys God. I say, peace, God. If I tell you that you're God and you think I'm crazy, you be looking at me like there's something wrong with me. Why? Because you're not conscious. So people that are not conscious, how can a piece of glass, and all that it can be is glass, say, I'm not glass? When all that you can be is glass, you're glass diluted. That's all that you can be is glass. How can you then say, ooh, sun is out, that you're not glass? You have to be unconscious to say this, right? You have to be somewhat unaware, because you've actually been taught that you're something else from birth. Somebody told you that you were your shape and didn't tell you who you really was, because they were unaware. And so their unconscious decisions are your obstacle now. Now you're here to wake up. Wake up and realize that you are the glass. See, all of your decisions in life thus far, until you become conscious and aware, are unconscious decisions. And they are forgiven, and it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing right or wrong. You can go do whatever you want to go do. It just shows that you're unconscious and you're unaware, and you're making decisions from that unconsciousness. So, a lot of you are positioned in positions in your life around people that are unconscious. They're unaware of who they are. They think that they're the shape of the glass, which the shape of the glass is square. So yeah, you are square. You are human. Yes, that's the shape of the glass. You're human. That's the shape. That's the form that the glass is in. You are God. And you are human. You're in human shape form. Okay. That's the purpose of being human, of being God, is to be human. But what is it to be human is the question. I'm God and I want to be human. But we're not humans. We're not taught to be humans. That's like being a tiger, right? If you're God and you decide to take the form of a tiger and you're raised to be a dog, but you're really a tiger. So you didn't get the tiger experience even though you are a tiger. You're a human being. I want to teach you how to be a human. Be a human. God wants to be a human. What is the use of you being a human when you're acting like something else? What eats meat is a carnivore. Its teeth is made to eat meat raw. And its digestive system is made to eat raw. You was taught to eat as a carnivore when you're a human. So are you human? Are you having a true human experience? Or are you an unconscious human having a carnivore's experience? Why are you eating the way you're eating? And let's talk about decisions. Let's talk about decisions. There's so many options, right? There's so many options. Which one's the right one? Who knows? You know. You know what? You know why you know? When you become human, you become God. To be human is to be one with the planet. It is to be one with the planet. So, the soil that comes out of your intestines is the same soil that's on the ground, letting you know that you connect directly to the planet. These are clothing. This is made from either cotton or linen. It's a plant. But your clothing is your skin, and your skin is an organ, just like your heart and your liver. This skin is an organ, and it is your clothes, just like every other species in nature. You hear the birds, they don't got clothes on. You're not black or dark skinned because you're black and you're proud. No, you're dark skinned because you're a living organism and you belong in a natural environment. And in your natural environment, your skin, which is your clothes, protect you from the radiations of the sun. When you went outside of the tropics, you mutated into the Caucasian, Asian, Indian, and all of that shit. When we're disobedient to nature, we're no longer humans. Now we become unconscious. Now we shut down DNA and mutate genes. Now what we see is disconnection. So all around us is unconscious decisions. Unconscious decision choices. But right in front of you is nature. Can you hear it? Are you aware of it? Are you connected to it? There's two worlds going on. Can you hear that helicopter going by? Can you hear that car coming up and it's passing? There's that world. And then there's another world. You hear the birds? You smell the grass? That's a whole nother world. See, the unconscious beings, what you would call humans, but they're not humans, has built their world on top of the world that's always been here, which is nature. But what happens when we connect back to the planet? What happens when we connect back to the planet is we become God again. We become aware that we are God. Why? Because we activate certain genes in us that makes us aware that we are everything and everything is us. That's what we are. See, this is simple. But there's a psychological test. There's a psychological test that they've done on wine tasting, right? And it goes to show that people are less likely to make a decision on what wines they want the more options there are. It's too many options. Too many options. Oh, you walk out your door, there's an option to rebel. But you have the responsibility to become responsible and say, I know what's right, I'm going to do what's right, and I'm going to be a leader and not a follower. A lot of people don't have that ability, and because they're astrologically, their energies astrologically are challenged. They're astrologically challenged. The fourth dimension is the astrological. A lot of you people are very subtle and calm, and you know, you're the followers. Not the followers, but I wouldn't say the followers, that you are just energy that flows along with it. Oh, okay, cool, yeah, all right, okay, whatever. And then some of us are natural born leaders. And those that are more, that are like, you know, more subtle energies, that are not like worried about leading and nothing like this. What I gotta do, let me tell you what I gotta do, and I'll do it, and whatever. You know what I mean? All right, cool. Like these people, you have a great challenge because you're being misled, and you have to make these decisions, and you don't like to make decisions. You don't know which, but this is your soul's challenge. It would be smart to you to connect with something or someone that's divine, that has a divine message. If I was one of you, I would find something that I would do the research, because we're in the information age now. It's all out here. There's no secrets no more. You don't got to go to the library. You got your cell phone. Go to Google and YouTube it. It's all here now. Whatever you're vibrating, you can find it. If you want to become God and you want to become divine, connect to the planet. Otherwise, you'll be making unconscious decisions. And when we make unconscious decisions, what happens when we make unconscious decisions? We have to suffer, and we make life harder for ourselves. Stop making life so hard for yourself. It's very simple. Your feet belong on the planet. It is your home. The body. You're human. You're God in human form. You're not human to be a lion. But you've been taught everything you've been taught from birth. And these are your obstacles. And you would ask, well, how did you figure out? How did you come to this conclusion? Because I've always asked questions. I've always asked. So, the natural way is to connect back to the planet. If you look at your skin complexion, it's an earth tone. Caucasian people, you can build melanin. Dread your hair. Caucasian people, let yourself go. You already see the Caucasians that are really about this life and they love nature. They start to look more like a light-skinned black person. Because only thing that the Caucasian is a result to our disobedience. People try to tell you that the Caucasian is an alien. Ain't nothing. Only alien about it is a mutated gene within them that's not turned on, that makes stuff play out. It's a vibration that they have physically. But this can be healed. It's only to show us where we went wrong. There's certain genes in them, they don't get it, maybe. But I'm speaking to a lot of people and they like, yo, yeah, we got to connect back to the planet. But bigger than that is this. You know what your brain is? You know what your first brain is? It's not in your head. The brain that you have is your skin. It's your membrane. It's like the cell. Around the cell is a membrane. So the signals that we're receiving on our skin tells us what is really going on. And it activates genes. So if you're darker pigment like myself, you belong in a tropical environment. We all belong in a tropical environment. We belong closer to the equator. So it would behoove you. It would be wise of you to be obedient to nature. Because everything else is just a disobedience. And like I said, you can't skip your experience. A lot of people are here because they gotta. You see these people that they gotta get money, they gotta. And you can't skip your experience. You might hear this message right now like, yeah, I could do that, but you know deep damn well inside that you gotta go do something. You gotta go finish this. You gotta go learn what you didn't learn to know next time when you wake up in your next reality, you won't have a desire to do it no more. Now, check this out. There's 24 hours in a day. 24. 8 of those, if you're sleeping properly, is for sleep. Another 8 is for what? They got you working. They got you as a slave, working 8 hours. If I can get you to work 8, why do you think they got that number 8? Because there's 3 8s in a day. 3. They get one of those 8s, they can enslave you. I'm going to drop this jewel on y'all. Y'all ready? You ready? Check me out. Listen up. 8 hours of your day, I can make you my slave. And those 8 hours is all I need of your soul. Everything else, I have. So what? 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, and you got 8 hours to yourself. If you was to spend those 8 hours by yourself, you can figure out how to take the other 8 hours back so you can have your 16 hours. But you can't take that 16 back, that 16 hours, because you've been distracted from very early. They took your 8 hours, they took you and put you in school. Yep. They put you in school for 8 hours and trained you from little kids. They took your 8 hours immediately. Eight hours since birth. Daycare. Your mom got to work 8 hours, so she's going to drop you off at daycare for 8 hours. Then you grow up to be conditioned for what? To work for 8 hours. So I got more than half of your life. Because if you don't get 8 hours of sleep, your body's going to wind up shutting down and you're going to go into some kind of weird ass convulsion or something and end up in the hospital from not or get some disease if you don't get the rest. So now I got you. 8 hours of your day. 1 hour break. 1 hour to get to work and back and forth from work, so we can just make that 10 hours. So by the time you get really to yourself, you might get 6 hours. And what do we want to do? Because we done slept, worked. What do we have options? Here's your options. Endorphins. So on your time alone and your little 6 to 8 hours that you do have, you don't want to hear shit. You done been working all day. You trying to do whatever feels good. This is the trap. So what do? I want to go have sex. I want to drink liquor. I want to smoke. I want to fornicate. I want to I just want to watch the game. I want to watch TV. I want to leave this reality. Whatever I can do to escape this bullshit, let me go do it. They got you in a trap. And you see people spend their whole life in this trap. Talk about a retirement plan. By the time you old enough to retire, you about to check out, nigga. Cause you done put all that bullshit in your body the whole time. 8 hours. That's all I need. 8 hours. That's it. 11. They taking 11 hours of your day, Shirley. So it's going to be hard for you to be a fruitarian. Why? Because 8 hours of your day you have to live in a world where your subconscious, not your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is like me talking to you right now. Your subconscious is the motherfucker that sings the song that you heard in the supermarket without you realizing, and you just start singing it out of nowhere. That's your subconscious. You ever heard a song and you ain't like that song, but you start humming it? And you're like, fuck, I hate that song. That's your subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't know right from wrong. Your subconscious is always observing, always listening, it's always being programmed, and they know that. They got little signs, just little emblems all over the place, everywhere. You see any labels out here? You see any labels? I don't see no labels. Subconscious free to the motherfucker out here. I don't see no labels. But if I go down the block, I'm gonna start seeing labels like Little Caesar's Pizza, or little labels that go in the back of your mind. And before you know it, you slip up, because that's how it happens. So you see, you at work, what they call work, they don't need you to work for them. They don't need you to do shit. These people make the money. They print out the money. They don't need money. They don't need none of this shit. They don't really need none of it. They make the money. So there's no value to them. You know what they want? They want control. They want your soul. They want to control you, and they want power. Power and control. That's what they want. All this shit is an illusion, man. They don't care about money. All they care is about being able to control your ass. And if they can get 8 hours of your day, got you. If we can get your food and we can get your shelter, got you. Because you got to come to work to get food and shelter in our world. But what you don't realize is that we free already, baby. We already free. You just got to be free. Go be free. Now, I ain't saying just walk off your job and be dumb. Am I saying that? No. I'm saying be smart about it. Strategize yourself out this motherfucker. It's just like you would think about how I'm going to get a house. I need to stack this bread, and I need to do this, this, and this, right? Or you plan a trip. I'm telling you to invest yourself out of this fucking world and get into nature. Go build you a tree house in South America. Go between the tropics. It's very cheap out there, too. I want y'all to do some research on that. Stop letting these motherfuckers take control of you. First of all, and then this is another thing I want to say to you guys. Stop fearing death. Death is not real. This is not real. All of this. You feel that? You feel it? You feel it? You think you're feeling that? You think your brain is telling you that that's real. It's not real. A lot of you, let me ask you this. Have you ever been dreaming before? Or you went to sleep and start falling asleep? It used to happen to me all the time when I start first waking up around 2012, 2013. And I think I was shown this to understand death. And so I won't have the fear of death. It's because I would go to sleep and I would close my eyelids, literally. And then I know I could feel my body. My body was asleep. I could feel my body, but my eyes open. Boop. And I'm like, I know it's not my real eyes because not my real, my body's eyes, right? It was some other eyes that opened. I opened my eyes. I'm on the bed. I'm laying down, and I'm going into this deep sleep. I feel myself drifting, and then I just open my eyes. And when I open my eyes to another reality just like this, and I'm like, the fuck? And I'm in a total different place. It feels the same. You touch, you feel, you touch, you. It's like I woke up somewhere different, and I knew who I was, but I didn't know how I knew my reality, and I knew everything about that reality in that reality. But just in the back of my mind, I knew that this was a dream, like, and so I would snap out of it, and it got to the point where you can feel this reality. Like there's a vibration in this reality. There's a vibration in this reality. You can feel it. It's a very low one because I've been to places that when I opened my eyes, the place that I was at was so fucking beautiful. You can fucking feel everything. You could feel everything. Oh, you see this? You can't really have, you don't feel like you see the grass right there. You can like, okay, I know I'm not, no, in this place, you feel the grass. You feel everything. It's like crazy. It's high vibration. And so it got to the point where I didn't know what was real. I didn't know what reality was real. And I would be like, I would have to like get out the bed and be like, is this the real reality? It got very spooky on me for a minute because I didn't know what reality was real. I didn't know. I had to feel this reality. I had to feel my body. I had to start smacking my body and get out the bed and be like, okay, this is real. This is the real reality. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had those experiences, and then I realized that death isn't real. And you know what? My biological portal, which you would call your father and your mother, my biological father, which is a portal I came through, he passed away in his sleep. So I could understand what happened with him. Probably woke up in a whole nother reality and a whole nother person. But you don't have any recollection of your last, like right now, I'm Natureboy, right? I go to sleep, I wake up as a white woman in another realm, and I don't have a reality of Natureboy. It's like a hint, kind of like I might get a deja vu of being someone else or something else somewhere. And it's like, it's a past, then it goes like, oh, okay. And you just go into your reality, you know? This puzzled me. It scared the shit out of me. I was scared to go to sleep. I was literally scared to go to sleep at night. It puzzled me, man. Like, I was just like, and I wanted to figure it out. And I knew in my mind, I always knew, asking it shall begin and knocking the door shall be open. There's an answer to this. You got to go find it. Seek and ye shall find. And I want to know the answer to that. I got to know the answer to this. And I understood it. One day it all came clear to me. You don't got to look in a book. You are the book. In your DNA is a blueprint of all information which makes you God. All information that ever existed. You have it right in your... Before anybody could write a book, it came from inside their self first. So all the books that people read, they get their knowledge from, it came from somebody else. So you have the same DNA in you. And if you can just tap into your DNA, you know how you tap into the ultimate knowledge and become God, is you tap into nature. What you eat, your environment, the people that you're around. Are you highly stressed? Are you positioning yourself to be at peace? Or are you positioning yourself to be stressed the fuck out? So that your cells are not healthy enough to communicate with you. Everything is communication. Any relationship without communication is no relationship. And this is where disease comes from in the body. When the cells can't communicate, when the hypothalamus and All the hormones can't send the signals to the pancreas to make sugar. When it stops being able to communicate with the hypothalamus, you need insulin, synthetic insulin, to do it for it. Because of what you ate or what the person unconscious before you ate. Because they were unconscious. The things we do when we're not conscious, we're not aware. Unconscious decisions. So, like I said, you gotta stop fearing death, because this life is but a dream. But be careful. And when look, I'm gonna say this: you can have anything you want. You can do whatever you want. But be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And no, you're not gonna just might get it. You will get it. Anything that you really desire in your heart, with all that you want, you can have it if you want it bad enough. If you think about it and obsess about it bad enough, it will happen. And when it happens, you will see that it was all meaningless. And a lot of you have goals, unconscious goals, unaware goals. And you need to achieve these goals just to get to the point where you get it. And you ever wanted a car before? Oh, you wanted this car so bad, man. When you seen it, you was like, whoa, want that car, man. I gotta get that. Soon as you get that car, you realize it's just a motherfucking car. You drive it around for a couple of months, you might be excited about it. After a while, it just become a car. And you be looking at that car like, you looking at the next car now. And it just keeps going on and on and on. You see these rich people? You see the rappers? They like, I want 50 million. I want 50 million. They get 50 million. I want 100 mil. Fuck it, I want 1 billion. Fuck it, I want 1 million. Fuck it, I want 1 billion. I want 1 trillion. It's never be good enough. So, like J. Cole said, word of wisdom, you go on the right. He said you made it. He said you made it far on the road to riches. You made it a long way, but you went the wrong way. The good news is you made it from a long way, and the bad news is you went the wrong way. But it is no wrong way. You just gonna fucking waste time. Ain't no time really. You got to get to the God conscious, the Christ conscious. When you realize that I am, and wanting nothing attracts everything. You have to no longer have desires for these worldly things. Go get them. You see people that's chasing these things, let them go. They need that. Don't take that from them. They need to go get it to realize. They need to go get that money, my nigga. Go get it, my nigga. Go get it. Go. Oh, yo, that's what you going to be? Okay, cool. When I hear people, oh yeah, yo, I wish you nothing but success. I hope it comes tomorrow. Because the quicker it comes, the quicker you can realize you never fucking needed it. I had this thing that I thought I needed family. Because I was raised without a family. My mom and dad died when I was 1. And so all my life I thought I needed family. Until I realized I am. When I got a family and then all the shit that come with the family and all that shit, all that bullshit, fake ass family. Connecting to the earth, I've connected to beautiful beings all over this world. Those are my family. You keep calling somebody family, that's not your family. I mean, you're familiar, but they don't really know you, so you're not familiar. The people that know you are people that never even fucking met you. Those are your real family. Those are the people that really fucking love you. Why? Because they know you, because they are just like you. So you say, oh, my mom, my dad. Let that shit go, man. Let that shit go. These are people that you came into this These are portals, and you calling them your mother and your father. Call them by their name. They gave you a name. Rename yourself. Name yourself something every time that someone calls you it, because when you become conscious, you no longer want that unconscious name that was given to you, because they probably gave you a name out of unconsciousness. When you become conscious, you become in control of your reality. You become the dreamer. You become God, so that you should name yourself. And every time somebody calls you that name, it should remind you of your purpose. Nature Boy. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm Nature Boy. Yep, that's right. Nature connect. Yep. It activates the DNA in you. When somebody, you could be in the middle of nowhere, somebody calls your name, you can hear your name, and nobody's around you. Somebody could say, Jacqueline. And it's like a hypnosis. As soon as they call, whoop, the name calls out the spirit. But if Jacqueline is attached to your unconsciousness, you ever change your life and change your name and somebody call you by your old name from when you was another person and you was another conscious, and you be like wanting to tell them, like, look, my name ain't that, please, yo, don't call me that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, my name ain't that no more. My name ain't that no more. Because every time they call you that name, it puts you back into that characteristic that name carried. I'll give you an example. They used to call me Bishop. King Bishop. See? It's even tatted on me. King Bishop. Because I'm a chess player. I love playing chess. I felt that I was a king, you know, royalty. And so I carried myself like a king. And I'm like, yeah, I'm King Bishop. You know, that's cool because I could put the crown on the bishop and he'd be the king. But how the fuck can the bishop be a king and the king's a king? So I was like, you know what? Because I said so. That's why. So I became King Bishop. Everybody called me Bishop. So in the streets, everybody called me Bishop. So I got reputation as Bishop. And so when I hear Bishop, 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 you know what I'm saying? What's up, Bishop? I gotta consciously deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Or separate myself from those people that know me as Bishop. Because now I'm Nature Boy. I'm Nature Boy now. And I don't even want to deal with people that know me as Nature Boy. People could tell you stories about Bishop. Oh, Bishop, yeah, Bishop was cool. Oh, yeah, he cool. He did a lot of things for people. He did. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That was Bishop. We Nature Boy now. Because you, at 18 years old, are not the person you are now. But what can we say happened to the person at 18? They're dead, right? So that's life and death. Stop fearing death. Death is not real. It's not real. I welcome it. I'd rather die than be disrespectful and disregard nature. Kill me. You can't kill me. And even Jesus said, do not fear those that hurt the body but cannot do nothing to the soul. Rather fear the one that can do something to the soul. As you, God. The body, we leave it. You leave it all the time. Pain is an illusion. Check out, check in, so what? But I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm going to be one with nature. And y'all going to see me. I'm going to guide you guys. All my videos are here to guide you. Do not fear death. When you look at me, you see a guy. Or do you see my soul? Do you hear the soul? Do you hear me speaking your inner voice? The rock star. Do you hear me speaking outwardly, or do you just see a guy? Do you see a black guy, or do you see my soul? What do you see when you listen to the video? Do you see, or do you hear, or do you see me? Do you realize that I am you and you are me, and I am your higher self or your direct reflection talking to you, telling you things that you already know that are you are listening to my voice. It is going inside your ear, hitting a bone, literally activating your DNA. Because you already knew this. You were just unconscious. I love y'all. Peace.